ESPN2. Next is UConn and head coach Randy Edsall. UConn is 1-9 overall, 0-6 in the American. Huskies played against SMU last week. SMU won the game 62-50. UConn is back in action on Saturday. They'll be at ECU for a 7 p.m. start on CBS Sports Network. Coach, thank you for joining us as always on the call. If you just take a minute to tie up the game against SMU, and we expect to see you take to the road on Saturday to face the Pirates.
Yeah, I thought we did some good things against SMU, who I think has gotten a lot better as the season's gone on. Sonny and his coaches and players have, you can see that they've improved. They put themselves in a position to, win the West, controlling their own destiny. So again, offensively, I thought we really did some good things in terms of the number of points we were able to put up. Some of the things we did running the football and throwing it, and I thought we had a couple more opportunities. We had 2 missed field goals in the game, and a couple other chances that we could have had. So I think overall, I thought offensively we did good things against a defense that's pretty good, and then also defensively against them, we played kind of like we have all year. We play 75 to 80% of the plays really, really good, and then 20% of the plays we don't play as well, where we have guys make mistakes and give up the big yardage, which ends up hurting us. So again, those are the things that that we have to continue to work on here in these last 2 weeks, and knowing that we go to East Carolina. Sonny mentioned the travel. I mean, all 4 of our road games, this year we played at 7 o'clock at night, and so now our kids don't get back here till between 1:30 and 4:30 in the morning, where we had to play all the ones on the road, and that's tough. That's tough on the student athletes, especially when you talk about student athlete welfare and everything along those lines. So I can, at least we played a noon game, and they got back a little bit earlier. We've had to play all these night conference road games at night at 7 a.m., which has made it really, really tough on our kids. And then you have to adjust your schedule on the back end on Sunday. So, again, you try to do what's right for these kids. But East Carolina, again, another team that spreads you out and throws the ball, runs the ball. Holton Ehlers, their freshman quarterback, is playing well for them. They've been in a lot of tough ball games. So, again, it's another situation where we got to go down, we got to have a good week of practice and get ourselves ready to go and go compete for 60 minutes and eliminate the mistakes that we've been making defensively in terms of the big plays, and then offensively continue to get better and take advantage of all the opportunities on special teams.
Any questions for Coach Randy Edsall, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go first to Chris Fanini with The Athletic.
Hey, Randy, we're about a month out from early signing right now. Kind of curious, in your experience at Maryland and at UConn, what's been the experience recruiting at a Group of 5 school compared to Power 5, and what are some of the things you have to deal with?
Well, I just think from a recruiting standpoint, I think what's happened is people have caused the separation for Power 5 to Group of 5, and they've really extended it more now with the college football playoff, which makes it a little bit harder because everybody's it just seems like kids nowadays are more willing to wait a little bit longer to see if they can get that Power 5 offer or that Power 5 opportunity. And even if that's why the early signing date is good, because if you have kids committed, they can't come back in and steal them like they used to. But there is a change, there is a difference. But again, what you do is you understand the game that you're in, and you understand what you have to do to find those young people that can come in and make your program better, and you just work around those things.
And you kind of just mentioned it, but in your experience with the first early signing last year, did you view it as a positive for that reason you said that guys don't get poached late?
Yeah, I do. I think that's a step in the right direction, from that standpoint, but there's still things they need to do to slow the recruiting process down. I think people are making too many mistakes on young people. I think, the young people are getting offered so early. It changes their work ethic and some of the things that shouldn't be happening to these young kids. So I still think you should slow the recruiting process down, but I still think you should have that opportunity. If a young man wants to sign in December, should do that. But there's no way, with all these things that they talk about in terms of academics and all this, universities don't offer kids admission until they're after their senior year. So how in the world do presidents and ADs and conference commissioners allow sports to go and offer scholarships to come to those universities when universities don't even offer admittance to these kids until they're seniors, but we're offering scholarships, So the talk about student athlete, they need to change all that if that's what they're going to continue to do. We shouldn't be offering kids until we have a 6-semester transcript, till we actually can go out and evaluate them and do our due diligence like we used to do. Because again, you look at the number of kids that are transferring nowadays, all these issues, and these are the issues that are going to ruin college football in the long run. And something needs to be done. People need to take a stand, and the powers to be need to take a look at, like I said, you don't offer admission to a kid until their senior year, so how can we even offer them a scholarship? Because that's telling you it's all about athletic ability. It's not about academic ability.
Mm-hmm. All right, Randy, appreciate it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
A few other questions for Coach Edsall, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so.
We'll go next to Tom Shanahan with the News and Observer, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hi, Coach. Both teams could have been looking ahead the last few weeks that this is their best chance for a win. Does that present any kind of challenges?
Whoa! You think we're looking ahead? You got to be kidding me. No. The challenge for us is try to win each week and try to get better and try to develop the things that we need to develop in our program. So, I don't look ahead. I mean, we're not good enough to look ahead. We're good enough to just try to get better each and every day, and that's all we do. And now this week just happens to be we got East Carolina, and we're going to do our best to prepare the best we can and come down there and work to try to get a win, and hopefully out execute them and out hit them and out physical them. And if we can do that, then we'll give ourselves the opportunity to win. That's all we look forward to on a week-to-week basis. We never try to look ahead or anything along those lines. That's for the fans to do and for the media to do, but not for coaches.
Right. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.